Alright, so Max also did a rundown a little bit of the next showcase that we also looked at and reacted to the whole thing already. But since he speaks Korean, he can actually tell us what it was in there exactly. So we'll see if there's some extra clarification on here already. I assume Max is hard at work at the patch notes as well, which, you know, fighting, all that good stuff. Don't let my Patreon bucks go to waste, okay? Well, hopefully we'll see that somewhere tomorrow, maybe the day after, because I imagine it's an insane amount of text to translate in those patch notes. But yeah, let's take a look at it and see if maybe there was some extra details, some extra clarification, or maybe something that we kind of misunderstood yesterday based on what was available to us in those Google live subtitles. It was at Kintex in Ilsan, Korea. Isan? I don't know if they say the L. But they announced that the next 3 months of content. I believe was it a December update, January, February, and a March update, right? Wasn't it 4 months of update? Maybe. And of course, right after the end, KMST was opened with some of that. Yeah, so that's the first test server, and then the next test server coming Thursday, and then the actual live server with the first update the Thursday after that. Max is going to cover just the showcase in this post with the main bullet points and some of the details that Jungsub mentioned. Currently working on the KMST patch. Okay, he is working on them. Will probably take a longer than normal amount of time considering the number of skills added all at once. Yeah. The next KMST patch will be in less than a week. And then it all gets released into official servers the week after. So it's going to be post after post after post. Hey, we'll love that. Content, homies. Also, although I wasn't lucky enough to be able to go to the MapleCon Next Showcase, Steve was, and he sent me a million pictures he took there. Would people be interested in a post about the IRL events, minigames, prize, etc.? I think so, right? Probably not be for a couple of weeks at least, though, considering all the other stuff coming out soon. Steve just sent him like a hard drive worth, I guess. Showcase started off with a professional update theme song, Next One, by the singer Ha Hyun-woo. He's worked on various map stories before, yeah, including Darkness for the Black Mage update, Neo for the update Ignition with his entire band, Gukenstan for the Ignition update, and Crack for the New Age update. Hell yeah. Crack in there, bro. MC introduced the man of the hour, Dr. Chang Sup, who said a few words before they started. Talked about how it's been a while since he's been able to see the players in person. The Dreamer update showcase last winter, and he asked for lots of feedback to the content that they show off today. Master Showcase was to show how they intended to change their monthly patch schedule going forward and had to explain everything with a lot of detail. This made the online showcase quite long, about 3.5 hours. This showcase, on the other hand, will not explain everything in complete detail, but instead to help make it clear to players that this is the next Maple story will be as compact as possible. I think it was a good length, honestly, the whole thing. It was definitely, there was a lot in it, but I didn't feel like it dragged on any kind of topic for too long, and there was, you know, there was no unnecessary stuff going on. It wasn't one of game content, but even though it's shorter, it won't be lacking in revealing content, definitely not. First thing revealed was the completion of Mastery Course 3 and 4, said it was the first. When they first designed the 6-job advanced mastery cores were the most important feature, but it was a lot to handle, so they weren't able to add them all at once. Yeah, I think the Google translations got most of this right so far. Something that they regretted deeply as they couldn't provide the intended experience and instead made it a work in progress. They wanted to start the next part of MapleStory combat experience by completing the mastery cores. In addition to improving the numbers and visuals, they tried to enhance skills in various ways since it would be their last chance to update mastery cores until 7th job. Some of them create better synergy with other skills, and some skills functions have been expanded or changed. Since even one mastery core provides a significant amount of growth, adding 2 together will allow players to get stronger much faster, which will help them challenge content that he will mention later on. Okay. Oh, and here he has the translations for all of them. Okay, so here we got Aura Blade, Furious Edge. Oh, these are all the KMS names, so these might not necessarily be the GMS names. Valhalla and Sizing, that's the scarring sword, right? The Final Attack. Oh, the passive Sanctuary, Rising Justice, all the final attacks, Beholder. Yeah, we saw little extra beholders flying around. Angelic Touch, Fountain for Angels, Bahamut, Genesis, Door, Lightning Sphere, Cryo Shock, then Sphere, Alkinus. They all looked way cooler for Ice Lightning. Ignite, Ifrit, Fire Aura, Poison Region, Meteor, Megiddo Flame. So that's 6 skills for Fire Poison. Bonus a quiver cartridge. Phoenix, extra quiver, flash mirage. Wind of Fray. Oh yeah, because they have no P. Wind of Prey. That's interesting. I didn't know they did that. Prezer. Razor Bolt, Swift, Final Attack. So apparently everything here just gives passive snipe damage, because that's really the only skill that Marksman uses. Pathfinder, Edge of Resonance, Cardinal, Transition, Ancient, Astra, Combo Assault, Raven, and Relic Materialize, basically everything else. So that's also 6 skills, damn. Showdown. Showdown looks very different. Dark Flare, Darkness. Shuriken, Four Seasons, Sun Blade. Is that the Dark Flare? The Dark Flare looked really cool. But, you know, visuals don't really mean that much, but they look like a lot cooler. Coachella, Hidden Blade, All Will Die. Very nice. Viper, Serpent Stone, 6. And Hook... Just Hook Bomber 6 for... It feels really weird to give to Buck. It feels a little underwhelming. But maybe it gives passive damage to other stuff, right? Maybe to the Octopunch, so then it'll still have a lot of value that way. Headshot, Fusillade, Sign of Bombard, and Summon Crew, Siege Bomber, Strange Bomb, Battleship Nautilus. Nice. So, I guess if you didn't have Battleship Nautilus boosted as a Corsair yet, you're gonna have to start doing that as well. Probably some characters here who see skills that they don't have in their boost nodes gonna have to remake some boost nodes by then. But, you know, it'll be very cheap by then. 6 months from now, you'll have a surplus of nodes, and it'll be very easy to make all of these. Okay, I should have got a Rolling Rainbow, look very nice. And then Monkey Fury and support a Monkey 20, like the Monkey support summons. So that's nice. Mihail Deadly Charge, and the shield looked huge and was very shiny. Offensive Defense, Final Attack, and Soul Majesty. And then the Dawn Warrior, Cosmic Burst, and Soluna Slash, and Soluna Power. Blaze Wizard got Orbital Explosion, Phoenix Drive, and Inferno Rise. From what we saw in that one thing, people are not too optimistic about the changes for Blaze Wizard. That they're not going to be really helping that much. Miniature got Fairy, Turn, Stormbringer, Mon-Sun, and Storm Whim, and Anemoy. Yeah. These are all KMS names, so I'm sure if you want to find your class specifics names, they're probably already all over the class discords, you know, so probably tune in there and find those immediately. Networker got Darkness Omen, Dominion, and Abyssal Darkness, Thunderbreaker, Typhoon, Advent of the Sea God, Sea Wave, and Rigid Sea God. Let's hope this brings Aaron a little bit back with Hyper Booster and Less Sand, and then Final Attack, Adrenaline, and Frozen Ground. Evan's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Evan definitely the winner here with the most skills boosted. I saw some lightning balls rolling across the ground. That looked very different. Lumina's got Apocalypse, and Eternal Lightness, and Twilight Nova in. Mercedes got Strike, Dual Shot, Unicorn Spike, Gust Dive, Final Attack, and Elemental Knights. The Phantom one looks really cool, with the Noir card and the Rose card Finale and L'Amour carte. Shade getting Bomb Punch 6, Spirit Frenzy 6, Death Mark 6, and Spirit Night Strike. Blast getting Revolving Cannon Mastery, Hammer Smash, Shockwave Punch, Revolving Cannon, and Hurricane Mixer. Is that what it's called? Is it like the Phoenix thing? Battle Mage, Dark Lightning 6, and Dark Genesis 6. Okay, very straightforward. Hunter Summon Jaguar, Assistant Hunting Unit, Drill Container. Oh yeah, we saw the summons in the video. Final Attack. I'll be uploading my reaction to just the skills as well separately if you guys want to see all the skills there. Just the skills alone was like, I think it was like an 11-minute video, just because there's so many classes. New pendant is best in source, and the new pendant, yeah, it'll be replacing the Daybreak pendant, and because of that they gave it a 2-set bonus, because it'll break the 2-set bonus with the slime ring that it has right now. Mechanical Distortion Field 6, Robot Launcher, Magnetic Field, and Robot Factory Arm 1. Demon Slayer, Devil Cry, Metamorphosis, Cerberus Chomp, and Demonic Descent, all pretty useful skills here for Demon Slayer, so that looks nice. For Demon Avenger, Exceed Moonlight /6. That's our third job skill. Third job mobbing skill. Feels good. Over Maximizing Exceed. 1,000 Swords and Enhanced Exceed. 1,000 Swords getting boosted. Why is our bind not getting exceeded? I can't even one-shot things with my bind. I wish I would throw the bind in there just to make it a little bit stronger so I can actually use it as an AoE every now and then. Kaiser, Infernal Breath 6. That one looked really cool. Wingbeat 6 and Petrified 6. Hopefully those are useful. Yeah, it would have been really cool. I would have been okay with Bat Swarm being in there and having to make boost nodes to put Bat Swarm in there so we could maybe become useful at some point. Maybe give it more lines, maybe make them fly around, kind of like the bats for Nightwalker. But I guess they just don't want to do that because it'll look too much like Nightwalker or copy too much because it's also flying bats, right? I think they kind of put themselves into a corner there with not being able to use it. I would have liked the bats to be able to do something, but yeah. Guess not. King, Dragon Fang, Shaft Break, Possess Shaft Break, Execute Phantom Blade, Remain Incense, Death Blessing, Chasing Shot, Sneaky Sniping, and Possess, Execute, Sneaky. That's 9. Oh, only one lower than Evan. Ooh, is Kadena gonna win, or do they just have the longest skill names? Summon Cutting Scimitar, summon Scratching Claw, summon Throwing Wing Dagger, summon Beating Needle Bat 6, Chain Arts Crush, summon Shooting Shotgun, summon Slashing Knife, summon Releasing Bomb, summon Striking Brick, Chain Arts Takedown, and Professional Agent. They got 11! Kadena actually beats Evan out by 1. That is crazy though, to put 11 skills in 2 nodes. Throw everything in there. She's like, what's their Supernova 6, Primero 6, and De Capo Fettuccia. Finitura Fettuccia. Then 0, I think already had most of their stuff boosted, right? So you got Flash Assaulter, Spin Cutter, Front Slash, Throwing Weapon. Throwing Weapon looked really nice. Extra spinny boy. Moonstrike, Piercing Thrust, Shadow Strike, Upper Slash, Power Stomp, Shadow Rain, and Infinite Resonance. I don't know if the Shadow Rain looked like it was hitting more monsters or like it was more solidly destroying everything. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I think there's a pretty hard limit though on how many monsters can really be hit per line. Boost skills we don't use, great. Yeah. Maybe Kaiser Summons will finally be useful. That would be cool if they can finally take some of the load off of the boss itself, of the character itself, right? Kinesis. The Kinesis look nice. Ultimate Train 6, Ultimate BPM 6, and Telekinesis 6. Adele got Impale, Resonance, Gathering, and Blossom in 1, and then Creation, Territory, and Marker in 1. That's probably not to be underestimated how much damage this can do here. But you know, there's theoretical damage on a dummy, and then there's actual practical damage in a boss fight where this can miss quite a bit as well. It's not as reliable. The Ilium changes looked cool. Rio Machina, Deus, Longinus, Curse Mark Complete, and Longinus Zone. Kali got a Chakram Sweep, Chakram Fury, Death Blossom looked insane, Resonate, and Deceiving Blade. Arc got Vengeful Hate, oh there it is. Blissful Restraint and Endless Agony, and then Endless Nightmare and Endless Dream in 1. Wait, so we don't get Impending Death? Oh no, come on, dude. Oh, no Impending Death? That's like 40% of our damage. That would have been so hot if they did that. So Impending Death is just gonna stay exactly the same? That's kind of crazy. At least Endless Nightmare and Endless Dream and Endless Agony. But Blissful Restraint is like... Can I trade Blissful Restraint for Impending... for Impending Death? Dragon Vein Absorption 6, River Puddle, Douse 6, and... Well, basically all the absorptions here. So all the absorptions and Dragon Vein Absorption, and then Wake Up Call 6. Okay. for Lara. Hopefully that's good enough. And then Hoyoung Talisman Clone 6, Talisman Seeking Ghost Flame 6, Star Vortex 6, and Butterfly Dream 6. So all the somewhat earlier skills getting juiced up and brought up to the level of the rest. The second reveal was the new endgame boss after Limbo, the Apostle Baldrix. He swore allegiance to Darmur as his knight, and he used to be human but changed into this form in a certain incident. Baldrix is an apostle among apostles and is able to handle the power of the ancient gods. Ooh. In terms of his battle, he hinted that he wanted to diversify combat mechanics like with Lotus. Each player's understanding and communication will be big factors in strategy. Yeah, this said something about that. I wonder if they're gonna keep it like up to 4-man or something, like 3 or 4-man. Because they do seem to like that non-6-man party stuff. Arc mains, Impending Death is 45% overburst. Also Arc mains, why aren't they making it stronger? Well, not necessarily making it stronger, but like doing something with it, right? I would like it if the, honestly, with this, with the Vengeful Hate 6, it's probably going to be even more damage lost if you don't manual that. But honestly, if I can get all of my buffs to go off with one key and auto-buff my shit, I will definitely start manualing Vengeful Hate to min-max my burst. It's just like right now, I can't be asked to do that, like with everything that I already have to do. Buttercup up's a new pendant that you guys saw in the other video as well, because I'll double check it here. Looks really cool. I mean, it was to be expected, right? I called it in the video as well. There's going to be a pendant because they want to make the transition as clean as possible. And then once you get to 3 pieces, it's gonna have to cut into something, unless they may do a second ring, but they probably won't do that. So whatever is going to be the 3rd piece, if I had to guess, the 3rd piece is going to be like a potential badge, honestly. Because with the badge, they won't lose as much. Like you'll have to lose 1 set, but the badge cannot get potential, or make it flammable. One of the two, so that cushions the blow, and the set bonus for 3 of these will overtake it. Probably a 15% IED, or a 7% critical damage. Maybe they'll go up from 5 to 7, something like that. 15 also 5% HP, 5 attack, magic attack, 6 slot. Of course, the base stats, like I said, are trash on these items because it's level 250. It'll get insane stats for Star Forcing. To give you an idea, I'm not on the arc, right? No, I'm not on arc, but the 22-star stats on these things are crazy. And the set effect is 20 all stat, 500 HP, MP, 20 weapon and magic attack, and 15% boss. Next up, talk about the Genesis weapon. Yeah, so this was a little bit unclear, so let's see the details here. So it was introduced in 2018. It's been 6 years since then that it's been best in slot. At that time, the missions were difficult and you had to do them all alone, but now it seems like most people have completed them. And, and you can duo the last 3 now, right? Since the players have defeated the Black Mage and are now working towards gaining power to fight Gerald Darmur? It's Gerund, right? With an N. They were now... Or maybe his name is Gerald in Korea, I don't know. They will now be adding new progression, allowing players to grow their Genesis weapon into the Destiny weapon. Which they said will have at least 3 stages. But the 3rd one is very far away, so they didn't talk about that yet. To do this, must defeat Grandis bosses. Only the first growth will be available to begin with. So you have to defeat Chosen, Saren, Watcher, Kalos, and Kaling, but it didn't say which difficulty. I assumed it was Chaos when I saw it, but then later in the presentation they showed normal Kalos and they showed this screen. So it could be that it is that it's like hard Saren, normal Kalos, and then normal Kaling maybe, or easy Kaling even. I'm not sure how. There's big jumps between one level of difficulty, especially if it goes down to like having to solo things. But maybe they'll do the same thing like in a party or solo, and that'll depend on how fast you go, just like they kind of did with the regular weapon, which we'll get into here in a little bit, I guess. The equipment will go from level 200 to 250, and you can see the look of the weapon here in the middle. It's basically like a bright recolor of the weapon to make it more in line with the rest of the lighter equips, instead of it being like the darkest equip you've ever seen with the lightest gear you've ever seen, right? But the Genesis weapon works because it's lucky, right? Well, it's actually part in the set, but I guess it'll remove it from the set and then, or make the just change the name to Destiny weapon, I guess. To do this, you must defeat a random weapon. Blah, blah, blah. Can set level 250 weapon potential stats and can set level 250 additional options. Equip and skill effect changes, but we don't know yet. And then Destiny Weapon's second growth is going to be defeating Limbo, Baldrix, and a third boss that hasn't even been announced or released yet. That'll probably take at least like another 6 months before we get that. And then they said that there's also going to be a third stage after that, but yeah. Further growth is also being planned, but as you can see, even the second mission's bosses haven't appeared yet, so it's too early. However, they want players to feel the same as they did when Genesis Weapon first came out, providing a weapon that will grow with you for a long time. As they talked about before, they didn't want to shorten the Genesis Weapon liberation time because it was the endgame weapon. But now the Destiny weapons will be added, they can go back and work on it. Previously, Genesis weapons took 8 months to liberate because you had to defeat a Black Mage every month. However, now instead of requiring a Black Mage clear every month, you will need Traces of Darkness. You can get them by defeating bosses starting from normal Lotus to Black Mage. The amount you will get will be based on the difficulty of the boss and the number of party members. So the stronger you are, the faster you can liberate, and if you're strong enough, you can liberate within 3 months. I guess from what he's writing as well, it doesn't require any Black Mage clear at all anymore, but if you do kill Black Mage, you probably get the most traces, and that'll be probably, I'm guessing, somewhat required or highly instrumental to making sure that your liberation is as close to those 3 months as possible. Yeah, and then this part was like the most confusing to me because there was the most Korean on the screen and the translations from Google were not very good. Legion Champion. Okay, so let's see what Max figured from that. Those who have been playing the game will have heard the term champion, meaning the player's strongest character. This is a, well, we call it main, right? But I guess in Korea they call it champion. This is a continuation of that helps grow all of your Legion characters. You can access the system if you have a level 260 plus character and have reached 8,000 Legion. But with that, you know, they also gave a bunch of potions to people to get a 4K Legion for free, so that should be more reachable than it might seem now, even if you're more of a casual player. Over time, reaching 8K Legion has become much easier, so you can think of this as the next endgame challenge that will be difficult to complete for a long time. Okay, so you can start by registering 2 characters, and you can unlock up to 6 character slots. Okay, so that's this UI here. Oh, so the 6 is that's the whole thing. There's no scrolling here, and you start with 2. Okay. By completing boss solo missions on each character, Hard Lotus, Hard Fihela, Hard Black Mage. Okay, so it's Hard Black Mage. Okay, so it's not Chaos. Okay. Hard Saren and Normal Kalos. Your character's champion rank up to level 6 will be increased, and you will unlock more slots. Nice. I can already do all of those on 2 characters, so that's cool. Yeah, and then each champion requires stats called champion insignias based on their rank, and these stats will be shared between all champions. Oh, acquires, sorry, not requires, acquires. At maximum level, these stats are 30 boss, 15 critical damage, 30 weapon magic attack, 30 all stat, and 30 IED. And it will just be shared only between the champions. Okay, not between all the characters in your account. Wait, but you can get... Wait, if you max these, you can get 6 characters that all give 30 boss, 30 IED, 15... Is that real? 6 lines of 30 IEDs, 6 lines of 30% boss? This is the total of all 6 combined, right? There's no way this is per... This is if they're all maxed, right? Because it's 5 different stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all have 5. But these numbers are not directly divisible by 6. I guess they are, yeah. For critical damage, it would be 2.5% each, right? So it'd be individually like 5% boss, 2.5% critical damage, 5 weapon magic attack, 5 all stat, and 5% IED stackable with the rest. Yeah, there's no way that would scale because it wouldn't make any sense. Because like your whole account, your critical damage pool would get completely depleted. It would be way too much, yeah. But this is essentially... I mean, it's almost it's almost like doubling up on the value of a regular Legion grid, right? If this is max, but it probably takes forever to max that, I'm guessing. Probably the growth speed, I'm guessing, is going to be similar to that of Legion Artifact, where you can get to a point where you can get quite a bit of this pretty quickly, but then scaling it up to all the characters is going to take a long-ass time. Like, I think to get to these 6 is not too horrible, right? But like to get the 7th one, maxing that out, and like I'm at 48 now, I'm almost at 49. But even then, I need another whole level before I can unlock this one, and then 10 more levels for this last one. Like, fully unlocking Legion Artifact takes forever. But yeah. If you order the Insignia, normal Kalos is tied to the ID one. Stat... Oh, the order is stat first, then attack, then boss, then crit damage, and then IED. Okay, in the order that you unlock them. Hey, what's up, Ebola? We need Ice Lightning to interview for. Just kind of like how the changes of the last patch affected your gameplay as an Ice Lightning player. If anyone is interested in like sharing that with the stream, because I saw like the changes to the lightning, the changes to the key down. I felt like Ice Lightning was kind of getting overlooked, and Fire Poison and Bishop had their their own identity. And it felt like Ice Lightning was just kind of getting forgotten in the whole tussle. And I think these last changes were actually really good for Ice Lightning. So I was trying to kind of get a, get some input from an Ice Lightning player to see like how, if that's true or not, and how it infected their gameplay, if at all. If anyone was interested in doing that, then I'd like, yeah, I'd be willing to like ask you on the stream to talk about that for a little bit. It doesn't have to be super long or anything. Yeah, I mean, right now I have maybe show a little bit of gameplay or something where to kind of like highlight the changes maybe. But I have well, let me go through these things first right now, because I'm in the middle of this, in the middle of doing this, so I can clip it for YouTube, right? Hello YouTube, by the way. Okay, breaking that fourth wall. There's also new playable content, Champion Raid Dragon Island. This is real-time tag team content. Oh yeah, so we'll have to basically pick 6 champions on my account. I have 5 right now. And then my Adele is kind of like my 6th, I guess. My Fire Poison is up there as well. So you'd be missing out, quote-unquote, on a lot of damage if you don't bring them up. But I guess there will be a lot of benefit to getting those guys all up to 275 to be able to... At least up to 275 to be able to do all these bosses, right? Right now I have 2 into 280s, and then the rest are all 260s, so they're way behind on levels. Real-time tag team content where you can swap between your 6 champion characters. It's monthly and lets you acquire 30-minute Champion's Blessing buffs, the stats and number of which are based on your performance. He said in terms of combat, controlling multiple characters wasn't something that they had properly challenged before, so they were trying something new. He said it's like a better version of the Immortal Gorgons event that they had a long time ago. Oh god, I did the Immortal Gorgons. What was that? That was not the PvP thing, right? No, that was Legion Arena. What was Immortal Gorgons again? God, I did that. Middle story lore, Immortal Gorgons. What was the content again? Video from 5 years ago? Yeah, you put in multiple characters, but... Oh, yeah, you could like swap... If a character died, you could like swap to the next one and then fight with that one until that one died or something. Yeah, okay. Just let me know. Tomorrow we have some front page time as well. Yeah. If you have time tomorrow, I would appreciate it. Yeah. Just swing by. Okay. That'll be. And then, are you ready for the next? Then this is already like huge updates and everything, and then there's all the quality of life stuff here. Should a quickfire video listing out multiple changes that he said would fundamentally change the gameplay experience. Arcane River Story Remaster. Monster Park Extreme turned into weekly content. But because on Sundays it gives 50% more EXP, that means if you just run it once a week on Sunday, you get the same EXP as if you run it every day now. So that'll take a little bit of pressure off of, the list of dailies that you might have already going on, which is nice, I think. Epic Dungeons can be completed up to 2 characters per week, right? So now we have High Mountain, and then we're getting Angler Company later, which is going to give a little bit more. So the idea will be that you could do Angler Company on your number 1 character, and then do High Mountain on your number 2 character, basically. They can still only do 1 per character, if I understood correctly. Arkham River special content, number of symbols provided increased. More symbols, jeez. Boss area quest skip feature changed from per world per Maple ID. Very nice. Grandest daily quest shortened based on level. Okay. Monster Park metal acquisition difficulty alleviated. That's... Damn it, after I got like 24 of them. Soul Urda usage expanded. Metal, title, appearance, and stats separated. Right, yeah, there was a little screen for that. Does he have that one? I don't think he has that picture. Let's see. And Quest UI, overall reorganization, yeah. World map and minimap reorganization, that look very different. Well, the world map in the middle, but like a lot of stuff around it. Movement convenience improvements, portals to move between towns, return to town feature, and teleport world map improvements. That'll all just, save a bunch of time and take the hassle out for new players as well. Maple auction search and purchase through Maple Hands, which is a mobile app. Legion attacker placement mode improvements, so auto place Legion characters on the board, so even better than the Xenogen tool, right? New system skill sequence, where you basically just line up all the buffs you want to use, put them on one button, press them, and you're buffed, and you can start bursting. Pretty huge. Salute to Xenogen. That tool is very useful for a very, very long time. I remember talking about it so many years ago that it would be really cool if somebody made that, and then when I saw that one existed, a bit later, someone linked it, and I was like, damn, Madman actually did it. So useful. Many people who don't like to Tetris like I do have saved many hours probably of, of pain and suffering by using that tool instead. This cable is not cooperating. And then Crossworld, Maple Auction, Meso Market, and Boss content. The first key point of these changes is integration. Is things that Maple Story, most Maple Stories are players MMORPGs, players like MMORPGs, as does he. And what makes the genre different than others is that it gets more fun as the number of people you can interact with increases. They want to maximize this fun by maximizing interaction between users. Therefore, they will be introducing the Cross-World Maple Auction, which they expect will bring many positive effects, but mostly the effect that the buying and selling items will become much more convenient and easy. Will be... and supply, will still be separated into 3 groups: regular worlds, burning worlds, and Eos, Helios worlds. These are the renamed Reboot and Reboot 2 worlds. Gotcha. Oh, so they are still separate. Because the economies are significantly different. Yeah, they want to settle those economies first, yeah. Will also be a Maple Point fee when buying items from another world. Ooh-la. More money for them to scrape off the top. The Crossworld Mesomarket will also be added with functional improvements as well. Maximum trades increase from 5 bill to 100 bill, being able to check prices during trades. Will be split into 2 groups, regular worlds plus burning worlds. I guess we have to keep an eye on that for the little bit of money that I have in non-reboot. If it's better to turn my... If you think the rates are going to go down, if it's better to turn my mesos into reward points before the change, or if they think the rates are going to go up compared to the other worlds. I guess we'll have to double check a little bit what the meso exchange rates in the other regions are. Just like the Maple Auction, the Meso Market will grow in size, and so the prices will become more stable. Things like the Azimuth Canyon incident will have a much lower effect, and gameplay that generates Meso will become more valuable to players. I mean, will it though? Just because you have more supply and you have more demand doesn't mean the value will go up, right? You also have way more supply, but we'll see. The Gospel Boss content will be added in the Baldrix update. The details may change, but for now, it will only support bosses at Easy Kalos and higher. Only Easy Kalos and higher. Okay. So basically, all of those solo proggers can start start going into a party now. Actually, they would solo prog into Easy Kalos as well. Yeah, fuck it, dude. The second key point is that the new skill sequence system. The amount of time required to prepare bursts has become very long, and the amount of keys on your keyboard dedicated to just buffing is insanely high. And the combat experience wasn't planned, thinking that there would be this many skills that needed to be stacked all those years ago, probably. Yeah. So they decided to change it, update it, bring it into current time. You can now use all of your burst buffs with a single button with minimal delay. You mentioned it will actually be faster than what was shown in the clip in the showcase. Yeah, in the clip in the showcase, you can see the character do the skills like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like at that speed. But he said it's going to be even faster than that. And then the whole crowd was like, ooh, they like that. Third key point was improvements with Legion training and to speed up growth, because, you know, Legion is so slow now. Monster Park Extreme turned into weekly content. It can be completed on up to 2 characters per week. Oh yeah, that one as well. And the clear experience has been increased to 5 times as much. Cha-ching! Yeah, 5 times as much. So if you do it on Sunday, you get plus 50%. So you get 7.5 times as much, versus now, if you do it every day, you get 100% every day, and then plus 50% on Sunday, so you get 600 plus 150 is also 750. So again, if you do it on Sunday once a week, you get the same EXP as before. If you do it on a non-Sunday, you'll get a little bit less EXP. You go from 750, so you get 2/3 of the EXP of what you get now. But you could do it on 2 characters, and just like, you know, the Epic Dungeon, also on 2 characters. That's really to supplement that change that they're doing with the Legion Champion, where you're starting with 2 characters to build out that form of damage, right? Really trying to get people to duo main and to have 2 characters that they're pushing to high levels at the same time. Expanded usage of Soul Urda. He mentioned that it feels bad to train when you're at max Soul Urda, so they wanted to improve that. You can extract Soul Urda energy to move to your other characters. I wonder if they're going to do that for Reboot as well. You can consume Soul Urda energy to make a Hexa booster that works like VIP boosters. Interesting. Scarmon will be able to properly burst. Yeah, it'll make her life so much easier for her. But when I talked to her about it yesterday, she kind of just like ignored it like it wasn't a thing. She just kind of like sidestepped it. So I'll have to explain it to her later, and then I'll tell her that I already told her this before, but she wasn't really receptive, I guess, or not. You know, there's no need to do that. Monster Park Metal acquisition difficulty alleviated. Grandest daily quest shortened based on level. Arcane River special content, extra symbols. But yeah, we already had that here before. And boss skip feature per ID. He then talked about the remaining improvements one by one. Quest UI overall reorganization. Oh yeah, you can see that here. World, because I think the quest UI now is a little clunky. I don't really use this new thing with the normal and then the extra categories and everything, and do you guys, and job and main, and do you guys use this? I'm just steering clear from all that stuff right now. It just looks weird to me. So that's what this looks like. That's what the quest stuff is going to look like. Maybe if I open it in a new tab, I can zoom in a little bit more, but it'll probably be very, very grainy. Yeah, something like this, with filters that actually work, maybe search terms that you can use that actually work, and more information on the side. This is what the world map is going to look like, world map UI, you know, with searching and with teleporting and all that stuff available. This for the medals and the titles. They have their own little screen so you can see, and I think you can change the look of it. This is the storyline in the Arcane River being revamped, I'm pretty sure. This is the Legion Auto Solver. You basically just press like the shape that you want, and then it just pops it onto the map just like that. But of course, if you have one Legion preset, it's not like the end of the world. Especially if you have this many pieces, it's almost impossible to not get it. But if you want to make 5 big setups that all do something exactly, then yeah, that's annoying. And this is the app that has that will allow you to access the auction house on your mobile device. And this is, I don't know what that is. Let me see. Whoa, that's heavily zoomed in, is what that is. Minimap. The main point is to have the new teleport world map feature. All teleport rocks and related items have been removed. No more needing to go into the cash shop every week on every character. And you can use the feature once every 5 minutes. You can also get a subscription from things like MVP that you use it every 10 seconds. Oh. Wait, rocks are gone, but you can only use it once every 5 minutes? Yeah, I guess we're losing all of our legacy and maybe illegal maps if the rocks are gone. That's unfortunate. Medal, title, appearances, and stats separated. Arc River story remastered. He mentioned that players might wonder why they're touching on a story that's already done, but it's one of the most important parts of MapleStory story, definitely. So they wanted to improve it. It slightly conflicts with the story skip being made into Maple ID share, but it will also be updated in Dimensional Library so players can still check it out. And I think there were also some redundancies and inconsistencies over the years in there, so they just needed to clean it up and make sure that it's all fine-tuned, you know. Legion attacker placement mode improvements. They gave up on being stubborn on the point of it being fun to place the characters on the board and just added the optimizer in-game. He mentioned he uses third-party sites as well. Maple auction, searching, and buying through Maple Hands. This is a KMS-only mobile app that lets you see all of your characters, their equipment and inventories, etc. Yeah, that's kind of like a... You can keep track. If you want to... If you meet someone IRL who also plays Maple, you don't have to like log in. You could just put up your Maple hands and just show them that you have hands, you know? That's how it works. And then they can be impressed, and that's how you get all the girls and all the boys, especially all the cute boys. Movement convenience improvements, portals to move between towns. That'll probably make it so that you have to rock way less. Return to town feature added, teleport world map improvements. And then we have a little bit of extra new lore storyline cutscene where we see a lot of the baddies here. We have a new messenger as well again. I like how he has to keep his head down, so it doesn't show as much that his eyes aren't like, you know, as low on his head as the other characters. These other characters have like their mouth here, and then their eyes here, and then this is all forehead, and then this is covered with hair. Once you look at it like that, it's really hard to... The 6 Apostles, yeah. The winter event is called, so that there's also an event, right? You might forget that that's still a thing. But that's during all of this, there's also just the winter event going on, which is going to be called the Dawn Star Banquet. They will continuing to link events to the main story, and this one is a banquet held for Darmur's apostles. There will be winter tutorial missions, a simple event for new and returning players that guides them through the various in-game systems, and boss outfits. Look at these things. Like slightly chibi versions, but still, you know, some of them are interesting adaptations. I guess they didn't want to make it to scale, because then his head would have been twice as high. Kaling is just actually Kaling, like there's nothing different about it. Will looks a bit less menacing. Limbo looks pretty cool. They added the monkey. They were like, hey, that's a boss too, you know? Oops. Featuring Magnus Arcarium, Dark Cygnus, Demian, Will, Varishilla, Dark Nell, Black Mage, Chosen Saren, Kaling, Extreme Bigfoot, and the Limbo. And then they have the regular like attendance check-in thing with a bunch of buffs, and there was also a big question mark. I don't know if they don't think they said anything about that. With the attendance check, event requires you to just log in and click the button like usual. However, for many players, some of those rewards were simply useless and they had to accept them with no other choice. This time they will allow players to choose event coins instead of the predetermined rewards. It might be less efficient, but you won't need to claim useless items if you don't need them. The weekly attendance check requires you to defeat 2,000 monsters 3 times per week. It can be done in a single day, like the milestone event, like the one that we have now. And rewards for doing this is this 24 times is related to the next event, which was Hyper Burning Max. Instead of 1 + 2 levels, this event, and then they changed the 2 to a 3, and everyone was like, oh, and then it's changed the 3 to a 4 to double it up. Every time you level, you'll be able to go to a new area in Arcane River. Oh, that's true. You get 1 level, boom, new area. Instead of it being like awkward and you'd be like 239, you're like 1 level away for the new area. Every time you level, boom, new area. 1 level, new area. Yeah, okay. That's actually a good point. In addition, the reward from the weekly attendance check is a Hyper Burning Max booster, allowing you to make a second Hyper Burning Max characters. The weekly attendance check. Oh yeah. Massive. Okay. I mean, basically saying like, oh, they didn't want people to take use. In the beginning, they gave a lot of coins, and they didn't give a lot of items on like check-ins and stuff. And then people had to buy things from the shop. And then they were like, well, people don't like that they have to choose between so many things in the shop. So they started giving a bunch more things for free and made the shops a little bit of a backseat thing. And now it's like, well, but we don't need a lot of those items. So now they're going back, I guess, to making it a shop again. I don't know. They're kind of going back and forth to see based on community feedback, right? Ultimately, they don't care all that much. Here's some of the... Oh, yeah, and that's the challenger stuff for that new world, right? Click. There you go. This winter will also have Challengers World, replacing Burning World. It's just a better Burning World, giving 3 Terra Burning characters instead of 3 Mega Burning characters, as well as several world-exclusive missions. I really wonder when they're going to do something like this, where Reboot will also have access or get some more value out of it. As you level up and defeat bosses in Challengers World, you can complete the various missions to increase your tier and get more rewards. Most people will be able to get up to 30k points. Oh, get up 30k points, but if you get 40k points, you can receive the highest reward of 2 Karma Legendary Potential Scrolls for level 200 and up to 20 Ultimate Legion Growth Potions. Yeah, these things. Instantly levels up a character to level 200, which lets you instantly get 4,000 Legion. That was this thick pink potion right here. Yeah, this is good. This has enough EXP in it to get a character from level 1 to 200. So you could, and if you get 20 of those, you just boom 20 characters. The 200, boom 4k Legion extra. By comparison, these things are worth like, I don't know, like $1.5 billion each. This is like 3 billion mesos. This is time, okay? Time is valuable. They've got to give like level 12 symbols now to burning characters. Yeah, to make it so that they can actually have any kind of damage in the new area, yeah. Which reminded me like on Twitches, yep. They give you a heads up. Yeah, I signed up for it for a certain time, and I got accepted for it. So they sent me an email for that a while ago. Item burning has also been changed so that you can use it on existing characters, and higher challenge goals have been added. Oh, there you go. Dude, in a few years, you're just going to have item burning arcane items so that you can go straight into Eternals and you don't need to worry about all those lower tier shitters anymore. The event roadmap, the whole roadmap. This was the widest stage I've ever seen, but they pretty much needed the whole thing to get the roadmap out there. December, Challengers World, Item Burning, Hyper Burning Max, Terra Blink, Dawn Star Banquet. And then February. Oh, I guess there's no update in January. Oh, there you go, yeah. Hyper Burning Max Booster, Champion Burning, Champion Challenge, and the new spring event. And then 22nd anniversary in April. That is true. Yeah, 22nd anniversary is already coming again. Jeez. And then the content roadmap, December 7th, first test world, and the 12th, second test world. So that should be next, or this coming Thursday. And then the Thursday after that, December 19th, we'll have the Mastery Cores, and this will be live, right? So Mastery Cores, Crossworld, Maple Auction, and Mesomarket, Genesis Weapon Liberation Quest Improvement, Skill Sequence, And next improvements, Legion character growth improvements, UI and convenience improvements. And then the big update will be January 16th, we'll have the Legion Champion missions and Champion Raid. New boss, Baldrix in February on the 20th. And then March 20th, we'll have the Destiny weapon starting. Until somewhere in April, and then they'll have the anniversary event. With outfits like those, usually that's not RNG, like with boxes and everything. Usually they just let you buy whichever set you want, or you can buy like a package of all the outfits, and then you get a big discount compared to if you bought all of them separately. That's how they did it typically with those kind of sets and everything. Then showcase gifts for all the people who were there. Players can claim the following gifts after showcase regarding the maximum growth potions. There were over 250. Oh, I thought it was 25,000. 250,000 viewers on the test stream, so they gave out 25 potions. However, you will have to use them before December 19th patch, because otherwise it would make the Hyper Burning Max event end right away. Sure. With the 1+4 level ups. He asked for players to understand his point of view and apologize. Yeah, if people just hold on to them, then Max Bird done. Immediate 260, never leveled. Not even Pencil gear yet. So you get a selective mannequin slot expansion voucher, cotton candy pink bean for 30 days, selective maximum slot expansion voucher ×4, so you could just completely max out your slots on a character. Character slot expansion ×3, 25 magnificent growth potions. Next cash effect, VIP sauna entry ticket ×4, which is, I believe, like an AFK EXP thing that is in the game now. Next action unit damage skin, where you can see the preview, and then the medal voucher for next, which I think is also an animated medal. And that was the whole preview. So, but yeah, a lot of this stuff we saw correctly. Some of it a little bit more clarified here by Max, but of course some of these things come out very far into the future, so the exact details and live server details we'll be waiting for. Since he's translating the stuff for the first test server, we'll go over that as soon as he's done with that. And yeah, hopefully we can get more details on that soon. So hopefully this gave a little bit more context to the things that wow, they look they look so different here. God damn. Yeah, a little bit more context to the showcase that we had the other day. And we'll stay tuned for more news. Thanks again to Orangemushroom.net. If you want to support him over at Patreon. He does really good work here and puts out a lot of good content for people, so consider that if you have a few extra bucks. But yeah, thanks for watching this one so far, and I'll see you on the next one.